get into the E flat. I'm pretty sure it's. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, but I can do that. Yeah.
Okay. You want a picture?
Picture?
You want a picture? You want to be on the big screen?
Am I saying something?
Let's make a plan.
Well, she told Steve Garland that's what we're going to do.
Oh yeah, that was what it was. Yeah, that's right. All right. You don't want to hear me sing, so I'll stay quiet.
I figured this out. Shana Tova. Can't hear.
There it goes. Yeah.
Shana Tova. Please find your seats. Good afternoon. I want to welcome everybody to Congregation BethChaim. Thank you for joining us today for our service. Without further ado, we will begin. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Shana Tova. We begin on page 479. Maker of all worlds, how insignificant we are in your sight, and how minute in your presence. You are creator of the universe, so vast that the effort to conceive it overwhelms the mind. The keenest eye scans but a corner of it. The rays of light we see today began their journey long ago before we came to be. Counted from first creation, the earth we live on was born but yesterday, and we made our appearance on it only a moment ago. We are feeble. We live always on the brink of death. Scarcely ushered into life, we begin our journey to the grave. Our best laid plans are ever at risk. Our fondest hopes are buried with us. Ambition drives us on to high exertion. Indulgence makes us waste the powers we have. And evil seduces us to heap misery upon others. Success and failure, love and hatred, pleasure and pain mark our days from birth to death. We prevail only to succumb. We fail only to renew the struggle. The eye is never satisfied with seeing. Endless are the desires of the heart. We devise new schemes on the graves of 1,000 disappointed hopes. Like Moses on Har Nevo, we behold the promised land from afar, but may not enter it. Our life at its best is an endless effort for a goal we never attain. Death finally terminates the struggle, and joy and grief, success and failure, all are ended. Like children falling asleep over their toys, we relinquish our grasp on earthly possessions only when death overtakes us. master and servant, rich and poor, strong and feeble, wise and simple, all are equal in death. The grave levels all distinctions and makes the whole world kin.
Adonai madam vatedaihu ben enosh vatechashevehu Adam lahevel dama yamav ketzel over Baboker yatzitz v'chalaf la'erev yemolel v'yavesh Tashev enosh adaka v'tomer shuvu b'nei adam lu chachmu yaskilu zot yavinu lacharitam ki lo v'moto yikach hakol lo yered acharav kvodo Shemartam urei yashar Ki acharit leish shalom Pode Adonai nefesh avadav Velo yeshemu kol hachosim bo
We are strangers in your sight, O God. Like all who came before us, our days on earth vanish like shadows. But the speedy flight of life and the grave that looms on the horizon should not dismay us. Rather, let them teach us wisdom and prompt us to put our trust in you. For only the dust returns to the dust. The spirit which you have breathed into us returns to you, its everlasting source. Into us you have placed a portion of your divinity. Your mighty strength is our firm support. When we become servants of your law, witnesses to your truth, champions of your dominion, then indeed do we endow our fleeting days with abiding worth. We are children of dust, O God. Give us strength and understanding that we may fill our days with good. Though our days are few, help us to make them great. Eternal God, you have been our refuge in all generations.
Before the mountains were born, or earth and universe brought forth, from eternity to eternity.
For 1,000 years in your sight are but as yesterday when it is past, or as a watch in the night. You speak us today, we come and go like grass, which
in the morning shoots up, renewed, and evening fades and withers.
The number of our years may be many or few, yet vain toil fills their span, for it is soon ended, and we fly away. So teach us to number our days, that we may grow wise in heart. Let your servants understand your ways, and your children see your glory. Let the beauty of our eternal God be with us, and may our work have lasting value. Let the work of our hands be enduring. O God, author of life and death, our wisdom is small, our vision short. One by one, our companions, passing along the road of life, disappear from our view. We know that each must walk the same path to the doorway of the grave. We strain to see what lies beyond the gate, but all is darkness to our mortal sight.
Yet even the darkness is not too dark for you,
O God, but the night shines as the day. You have created us in your image and made us share in your enduring righteousness. You have put eternity into our hearts, have implanted within us a vision of life everlasting. This hope we cherish in humility and faith, trusting in your endless goodness and your wondrous love. Into your hands we commit the spirits of our dear ones, for you keep faith with your children in death as in life. Sustain us, O God, that we may meet with calm serenity the dark mysteries that lie ahead, knowing that when we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, you are with us, a loving friend in whom we put our trust. You are the light of our life, our hope in eternity.
Esainai el Adonai עושה שמיים שמיים וארץ אל ייתן למות רגליך אל ינום שומרך הנה לא ינום ולא יישן שומר ישראל אדוני שומרך אדוני צילך על יד ימינך יומם השמש לא יככה וירח בלילה אדוני ישמרך מכל רע ישמור את נפשך אדוני ישמר צאתך ובואך מעתה ועד עולם.
If some messenger were to come to us with the offer that death should be overthrown, but with the one inseparable condition that birth should also cease, if the existing generation were given the chance to live forever, but on the clear understanding that never again would there be a child or a youth or first love, never again new persons with new hopes, new ideas, new achievements, ourselves for always and never any others, could the answer be in doubt? We shall not fear the summons of death. We shall remember those who have gone before us and those who will come after us. Alas for those who cannot sing, but die with all their music in them. Let us treasure the time we have and resolve to use it well, counting each moment precious, a chance to apprehend some truth, to experience some beauty, to conquer some evil, to relieve some suffering, to love and be loved, to achieve something of lasting worth. Help us then to fulfill the promise that is in each of us, and so to conduct ourselves that generations hence will be true to us. The world is better because for a brief space we have lived in it. Rabbi Tarfon says, the day is short and the task is great, and the workers are sluggish, and the wages are high, and the master of the house is pressing. All things pass away, but you are eternal. Teach us, O God, to see that when we link ourselves to you and strive to do your will, our lives acquire eternal meaning and value. And sustain in us the hope, for we dare not ask for more, that the human spirit, created in your image, is, like you, eternal. The dust returns to the earth, the spirit returns to God. In you do I seek refuge. Let me never be put to shame. Make me to ponder the end, measure of my days. Help me to realize how fleeting is my life. You have made my days a mere span. My life's duration is nothing before you. Those who stand firm are but a breath of wind. They move about my shadows, disturb the air like a passing breeze. They keep up bridges not found in earth. What hope have I then, O God? My trust is in you. My flesh may fail, my heart, I dwell in the shelter of the Most High. I abide in the shadow of the Almighty.
Shiviti כי אדוני לנגדי תמיד, כי מימיני בא למות, לכן שמח ליבי ויגל כבודי, אף בשרי ישכון לבטח, כי לא תעזוב נפשי לשאול, לא תיתן חסידך לראות שחת. תודיעני אורח חיים, שובע שמחות את פניך, נעמוד בימינך נצח.
Let us call to mind the great and the good, through whom the Eternal has done wonders. Wise and eloquent in their teachings, they were just and loving in their deeds. There are some who have left a name behind them, whose remembrance is as honey in the mouth. And there are some who have left no memorial, whose names have vanished as though they had never been. I think continually of those who were truly great, who from the womb remembered the soul's history, through endless corridors of light where the hours are suns, endless and singing, whose lovely ambition was that their lips, still touched with fire, should tell of the Spirit clothed from head to foot in song, and who hoarded from the spring branches the desires falling across their bodies like blossoms. What is precious is never to forget the delight of the blood drawn from ageless springs, breaking through rocks in worlds before our earth. Never to deny its pleasures in the simple morning light, nor its grave evening demand for love. Never to allow gradually the traffic to smother with noise and fog the flowering of the Spirit. Near the snow, near the sun, in the highest fields, see how these names are fetid by the waving grass and by the streamers of white cloud and whispers of wind in the listening sky. The names of those who in their lives fought for life, who wore at their hearts the fire's center. Born of the sun, they traveled a short while toward the sun and left the vivid air signed with their honor. The author of life. May the pains of past bereavements grow more gentle. Indeed, let them be transformed into gratitude to our dear ones who have died, and tenderness to those who are still with us.
מזמור לדוד, אדוני רואי, לא אחסר. בנוטשה ירביצני על מי מנוחות, ינהלני. נפשי ישובב, ינחני במגלי צדק למען שמו. גם כי אלך בגיצן מוות לא אירא רע, כי אתה עמדי. שבטך ומשענתך המה ינחמוני. תערוך לפני שולחן נגד צוררי. דשנת בשמן ראשי, כוסי רוויה. אך טוב וחסד ירדפוני כל ימי חיי. ושבתי בבית אדוני לאורך ימים.
Eternal God, you are my shepherd. I shall not want. You make me lie down in green pastures. You lead me beside still waters. You restore my soul. You lead me in right paths for the sake of your name. Even when I walk in the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, for you are with me. Your staff you comfort me. You have set a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You have anointed my head with oil. My cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the eternal God forever. Giver of life, our times are in your hand. One generation comes into the world to be blessed with days of peace and safety. Another goes through the valley of the shadow, enduring the cruelties of persecution and war. Heartbreaking have been the times that have fallen to our lot, O God. We have lived through the years of tyranny and destruction. We are schooled in sorrow and acquainted with grief. We have seen the just defeated, the innocent driven from their homes, and the righteous suffer a martyrdom as merciless as any ages have witnessed. At this hour of memorial, we recall with grief all your children who have perished through the cruelty of the oppressor, victims of demonic hate, the aged and young, the learned and unlettered, all driven in multitudes along the road of pain and pitiless death. Their very presence on earth was begrudged them, for they brought your covenant of mercy and justice to the recollection of your enemies. They perished because they were a symbol of your eternal law. Their death has brought darkness to the human soul. They lie in nameless graves in far-off forests and lonely fields, and the substance of many was scattered by the winds to the earth's four corners. Yet they shall not be forgotten. We take them into our hearts and give them a place beside the cherished memories of our own loved ones. They now are ours. We remember with sorrow those whom death has taken from our midst during the past year. Taking these dear ones into our hearts with all our beloved, we recall them now with reverence. In the rising of the sun and in its going down, we remember them.
Blowing the wind into the winter, we remember them.
In the opening buds and in the rebirth of spring, we remember them.
The blueness of sky and warmth of summer.
In the rustling of leaves and in the beauty of autumn, we remember them.
The beginning of the year and when it ends.
When we are weary and in need of strength, we remember them.
When we are lost and sick at heart, we remember them.
When we have joys we yearn to share, we remember them.
So long as we live, they too shall live. They are never ours.
Those who left us in the last year: Shirley Altfeld, Peter Appel, Elaine Blatt, Jack Burns, Shirley Cheresnick, Francis Cohn, Joan Dicker, Joan Efron, Albert Feder, Estelle Feder, Lanny Gartenberg, Tammy Goldhammer, Henry Gottlieb, Jerry Greenberg, Joshua Greenberg, Marilyn Hecht, Roberta Herendine, Michael Jasper, Betty Judson, Eleanor Caden, Catherine Catcher, Rhoda Cohn, Berthold Curer, Lillian Levine, Sylvia Matlofsky, William Meyer, Brenda Kramer Miller, Lester Miller, Elizabeth Morris, Lee Narr, Helene Nelson, Jerry Newlander, Ethel Reese, Lawrence Resnick, Raleigh Rigler, Gladys Rosenwasser, Francis Rothman, David Sadock, Terry Sallet, Alexander Schachter, Ezra Scheider, Mimi Schneider, Nathan Schwartz, Judith Schwartz, Jonathan Selikoff, Marty Shafkowitz, Francine Sheffield, Samuel Sternberg, Elaine Sternlicht, Peter Tell, Marjorie Weinstein, Hope Wisnia. Zichronam Livracha, may their memories be a blessing. We pray silently. I call to the Bema David Fenster. On this day of remembrance, we think of those who are no longer here with us as a physical being, but whose souls have so profoundly affected our existence. Their spirits remain in our hearts and embrace us on a daily basis. There are many ways to express how we feel and create and enjoy these lasting memories. Brett Fenster passed away 8 years ago at the age of 23. His yahrzeit was just last week. Brett's father, David, my friend, composed a song that embodies both his loss and his everlasting love. David is here. He will share that music with us today. Page 492. We rise for El Malach.
אל מלא רחמים שוכן במרומים, המצא מנוחה נכונה תחת כנפי השכינה, עם קדושים וטהורים לנשמות יקירינו שהלכו לעולמם. בעל הרחמים יסתירם בסתר כנפיו לעולמים, ויצרור בצרור החיים את נשמתם, אדוני הוא נחלתם. וינוחו בשלום על משכבם, ונאמר Amen.
Together, O God, full of compassion, eternal Spirit of the universe, grant perfect rest under the wings of your presence for loved ones who have entered eternity. Source of mercy, let them find refuge forever in the shadow of your wings. Let their souls be bound up in the bond of eternal life. Eternal God is their inheritance. May they rest in peace. We join together. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei rabbah, v'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'choye dechol beit Yisrael, v'agala v'zman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yeh shemei rabbah mevorach le'olam ulal me'almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudesha b'richu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran v'yalma v'imru. Amen. Yehei shlam rabba min shamaya v'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn, and comfort to all who are bereaved. We all sigh. Amen. Please be seated. That concludes our Yizkor service. In about 10 minutes, at 1:15, we will start the afternoon service.
Say hello to your